can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain, can I kick it?
Well, we have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with Cam Newton and the New England Patriots. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Returnable here for Davis. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Ashton Davis on the return. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Intercepted by the...
Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Shotgun snap for Newton. Slant route caught by Edelman. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Here's Nick Folk now on for the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This one fielded at the 5. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3-point. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick 6 last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them are running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 6. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
On the return. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Number 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Right there. 54, right there. Right here.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Patriots take over.
1st and 10.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
At the 29-yard line.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
James White.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
39-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
I get it. 53 from Mike. 53. Check 53.
From the gun, here's Newton. It's complete. James White. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll be a Patriot 1st down on a pickup of 16. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Out of the gun, Newton. And Walker has it. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
1st down, New England.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Newton now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Newton. This is White on the screen. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively. Operating from the gun, Newton. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
For the Patriot field goal, a 33-yard attempt.
And Folk's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
On the return, the Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
At the 39-yard line.
13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Jets, nothing.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold, he'll air this one out deep for Perriman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, lady. Run.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down. Here's Braden Mann now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22. A give, this is Michelle, and they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Sonny Michel comes out of a long line of terrific running backs from the University of Georgia and was a first-round selection for New England in 2018. He does not mind carrying the football, never turns down an opportunity. Top 10 in rushing attempts in the league in 2019.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
At the 34
yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On the handoff, it's Michel. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Throwing on third down, Newton. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And here comes Berrios. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
28-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. After the penalty, it's Bell. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Brings up 3rd down.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And he will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. 30, 10, and he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal.
So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. From a yard out. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again.
For the extra point.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 13-7. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. Demir Bird returning it. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Newton. That'll be taken in by Demir Bird. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
2nd and 1. At the
good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton, and he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And a Patriot first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. They'll run on 1st down. Michelle. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Ball carrier.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
53 check 53.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton. Now they go screen. It's complete. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Newton. He hits White, complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. James White with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Buying time to his left. He'll run it. Darnold, he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Darnold from the gun, and that is incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on fourth. And they are going for it. Darnold. And Darnold got to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Delaney Walker, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Folk connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Trying to force it to his tight end, Walker, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
For the extra point.
So now 2 pick-sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
But number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
New York offense taking over for their next possession. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Throwing again on second down. Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now fourth down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Pats at the line, ready to go. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
At the 25-yard line.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. Bird now ready to return it. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
On the return. The Patriots take over first and 10.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. A nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Newton. He's got him in, complete. It's Julian Edelman. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Complete.
14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down.
First down, Patriots.
Let's go. Gun. We got to step it up. Let's go.
First down, here's White. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
The New England ball.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
A throw by Newton going to be caught by Harry. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 40. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
New England.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll run with Michelle. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
It's a gain of.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michel. Pierre Desir in on the stop.
The ball carrier.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
On second down, Michel trucks over him. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Michel. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
29-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd.
53, check 53. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go.
Here's Newton. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Complete.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
And the
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Rush in. Rush in. Eight. Gun.
From the red zone now, Newton. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Demir Bird, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots continue to roll. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Patriots 40, Jets 7.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shot. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Brings up 3rd down.
Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Newton to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at that time, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Darnold. A screen to Bell. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
48-yard line.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Caught here by Bell.
Darnold's pass.
It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 2nd down now. It's Bell, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Now it's Darnold. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
And it's Michel once again. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
21 yards.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
36-yard line.
Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
Brings up
Brandon, I've got to
and
think this
7.
offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On second down, Michelle, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. New England on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. Running out of the gun with White. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
He was tackled at the
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
That's a jet sweep into the hands of Edelman. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And Folk's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
There he goes on the return. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw, Darnold. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Switch it, switch it, switch it, come on, switch it. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no. Ready? Right there, 54, right there.
Here's Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Whip, whip. Watch the whip.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1, and that's caught. It's Hogan. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
50-yard line.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Mike, no.
From the 50, it's Darnold. He's got this one complete to Perriman. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. To the air again, Darnold. Oh, look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 37. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. A first down throw, Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 2nd and 10.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. That's the pass.
Darnold to throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
10-10 at their own 20-yard line.
Gun. 54.
And this one going to wrap up with Cam Newton going down to a knee.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Pats, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.